You could be earning a decent income, working hard every single week, and still feel like your money disappears before the month even ends. And the frustrating part? You might not have one huge money problem. You might have 7 small habits quietly draining your money without you even realizing it. And one of them is so normal, you probably don't even think of it as a money mistake. Today I'm breaking down 7 money habits that look completely harmless on the surface, but can quietly keep you financially stuck, and exactly what to do instead. And hey, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is V, and this is Wealth Basics, where I break down money topics so simply even a 10-year-old could follow along. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let's start with something almost everyone has right now without even thinking about it. Small recurring subscriptions. A streaming service here. A gym membership you stopped using months ago. An app you signed up for once and forgot about. Individually, none of these feel like a problem. $5 here, $12 there. Here's the mechanism though. These charges are designed to be forgettable. You're not making a decision about them every month, they just quietly renew on their own. And because no single one feels significant, they never get questioned, even after they've stopped being worth it. Think of it like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice any single drop of air escaping. But go long enough without checking, and you're stuck on the side of the road wondering what happened. Here's what to actually do. Once, go through your bank statement and list every recurring charge you see. Not to feel bad about it, just to actually look. You'll likely find at least one you forgot you were even paying for. But this next one hides in a completely different place. Only ever paying the minimum on a credit card balance. It feels responsible. You're paying something on time, every month. But here's what that minimum payment is actually built to do. It can keep you paying interest for a much longer time, while only slowly reducing what you actually owe. Say you owe $500 and you only ever pay the minimum. Depending on the interest rate, that balance could take years to disappear, and you could end up paying far more than the original $500 just in interest along the way. The fix isn't complicated. Even paying a little more than the minimum whenever you can shorten the time it takes to pay that debt off and reduce the interest you pay. Now here's a habit that doesn't even feel like a habit, because nothing is technically going wrong. Letting money just sit there, doing nothing. If money you don't need to spend soon has been sitting in a low interest or non-interest bearing account for years, it may not be working as hard as it could. The money is still there, but you're potentially missing out on interest it could have earned elsewhere. You don't need anything complicated here. For money you don't need immediately, consider an account that pays interest, while keeping money you need for everyday spending and emergencies easily accessible. Here's one that shows up right after good news, which makes it even easier to miss. Letting your spending quietly rise every time your income does. A raise comes in. And almost immediately, without really deciding to, spending adjusts to match it. A bit more delivery food. A slightly nicer apartment. Small upgrades that each feel earned and reasonable. The problem isn't any single upgrade. The problem is that the gap between what you earn and what you spend never actually opens up, no matter how much more you start making. The fix is simple, even if it takes discipline. The moment a raise comes in, decide where a portion of it goes before your spending has a chance to quietly absorb all of it. Here's a habit that only shows itself on the one day you really needed it not to. Having no cushion for the unexpected. A car repair. An unexpected bill. Something breaks that you didn't plan for. Without any savings set aside, that expense usually goes straight onto a credit card. And now, you're not just dealing with the original cost, you're dealing with interest on top of it too. Think of it like driving around without a spare tire. Completely fine, every single day until the one day it isn't. And suddenly a small problem becomes a much more expensive one. You don't need a huge amount saved to change this. Even a small, consistent amount set aside regularly builds a real cushion over time, enough to absorb the small emergencies before they turn into debt. This next one is quiet, but it adds up faster than almost anything on this list. Letting small bank fees quietly drain your account. An overdraft fee here, a monthly maintenance fee there, an ATM fee from a machine that wasn't actually your bank's. None of them feel huge in the moment, but they're recurring, and they add up over a year far more than most people realize. The fix is just awareness. Check exactly what fees your bank charges and what triggers them. Then either avoid those triggers or ask if there's a fee-free account option available to you. A 5-minute conversation with your bank can sometimes save you money every single month going forward. And finally, here's the one that feels the smallest, but happens the most often. Paying extra for convenience over and over without noticing the pattern. Delivery instead of cooking. A ride instead of transit. Buying lunch instead of packing one. Any single one of these is completely fine on its own, But when convenience becomes the default choice every single time, those small extra costs can add up surprisingly fast. The goal isn't cutting convenience out completely. It's noticing when it's become automatic and choosing it on purpose sometimes instead of by default every time. So here's everything we covered today. Forgotten subscriptions, only paying the minimum, letting money sit idle, spending rising with income, no cushion for emergencies, small bank fees adding up, and convenience becoming the automatic choice every time. You don't need to fix all 7 overnight. Just notice which ones are quietly happening in your own life and start changing them one at a time. And if minimum payments specifically are something you're dealing with right now, we covered exactly how that debt actually works and how to pay it down faster in the video linked above. Go watch that one next.